This is the dam site. It's a Hoover Dam, and then the Colorado's running through the walls, through tunnels as they build the dam in here. There's Murl running the store. He's about to whack somebody with that fry pan. This is the dam going up. There's a little guy riding in the pipe. On to the next chapter. You know, I think even if the job had kept going, he'd have moved on. Every time he was a success, he quit. And he moved on. It just, like his papa, made him uncomfortable. With the dam job over, we joined the migration to Boulder City and put up the second private home ever built there. But we didn't stay long. I was in a hurry to get back on the Colorado because I'd figured out something to revolutionize river travel. An air-propelled boat. With a propeller in the air instead of the water, an airboat could run the shallows without worrying about sandbars or rapids or mud. You know, you think of these airboats as Everglades thing, but they're actually invented by Murl Emery on the lower Colorado. Put an OX-5 World War I 90-horse airplane engine with a Miller overhead and a pusher prop. I still own some buildings down Hemingway Wash, not far from the dam, so we moved back in and I started building a new boat with an inverted V-bottom hull made entirely of wood. When we mounted the water-cooled engine and launched her right from the start, she was an outstanding success. She'd skim across the water up that river through the shallows and over the rapids just like a bird. It was a beautiful thing to see. So I started running dudes to the dam and the Grand Canyon by airboat. They really ate it up. They just loved that air-powered boat. After plans for it were published in Popular Mechanics, I got letters from all over the world. They built them everywhere. But a couple of years later, they impounded the water and started backing it up behind the dam, and I had to quit using her. That kind of boat is absolutely helpless in deep water. It just plows and digs in, and you go no place. But he had a great old time running this thing up and down the river, hauling tourists. I think that's why he shouted a lot in his old age. He's probably deaf as a post from the pellet. But he was doing pretty good business. As the dam began to fill, he all of a sudden found himself having the monopoly on Lake Mead. And so he started building tour boats and bigger tour boats and taking people around to the dam all the way up to Lower Grand Canyon. When the river became a lake in 1933, I contracted with Fellows and Stewart of San Pedro to build a deep water boat that could carry 40 people. A few months later, I took delivery on the Paiute, a slip 40-footer built on the same lines as a rum runner. Flying along at 35 miles an hour, she was far and away the prettiest thing on the lake. About this time, I took on Paul Webb, a real go-getter of a promoter, as a partner to help me come up with $2,500 for the Paiute and to build bigger landings. News of Big Lake, growing up in the desert, brought people by the thousands, so right away business was good. Our big draw was a little 17-mile round-trip excursion to the dam. It took less than an hour, including my spiel, and we picked up six bits a head. Second choice was a round trip to Virgin Station for $350, and for $25 a dude could ride 100 miles up into Grand Canyon. Actually, we'd only take them to Flower Sack Rapids, 80 miles upstream, but for most people that was plenty far enough. Every mile of that canyon looks just like the one behind it. Yeah, it's funny, that's how I feel when I go off the Colorado Plateau. I get into Nevada and I just go, God, I didn't even live here. But that's Murl Emery country, just this jagged, impassable, black, hot stuff. That's what he loved. I remember one Memorial Day we sold 1,100 page tickets. I was plenty satisfied, but my partner wasn't. Paul was always promoting it. It didn't take him long to come up with a really big deal. Grand Canyon Boulder Dam Tours, Inc. Well, I wanted no part of it. I just wanted to stay a little operator on the big lake. But right about then, the Park Service moved in and took over the area. And they bought Grand Canyon Boulder Dam Tours, Inc., lock, stock, and barrel. All those boats and planes and hotels under one management sounded wonderful to them. Made their job real simple. Of course, they didn't have any idea whether the whole thing would succeed or not. But that didn't bother them. Webb and his gang set up offices in downtown Los Angeles and built a 100-room hotel in Boulder City, bought 3 old Ford Tri-Motors and went into the operation in a big, big way. And right from the start, all they did was lose money. My boat operation continued to make money, and Boulder Dam Hotel just about broke even. But even the airline running from Boulder City to Pierce Ferry to the South Rim lost money fast. Those planes ran 90% empty, and with the other 10% of the passengers were on pass. But in the Park Service's eyes, that company was a hero. I became just a minority stockholder, continued to run my boats, but after a while the Park Service decided they didn't like the way I was operating. They didn't mind the outfit losing money, that was permissible, but they didn't think it was fit and proper for one of the stockholders to work right down on the dock and wear overalls, right out in the open, where the tourists could see them. So they tried to take my overalls, and that was no laughing matter. The height of my ambition all my life was to be rich enough to wear overalls to town. And I continued to wear them even after I was worn. The manager of my company, G.E. Ruxtell himself, came down to the dock, fired me outright in the fall of 1937. So this is this Hemingway Wash here where Murl had started, and that became